Hey guys, what is up? Today I'm going to be doing a Damascus tips and tricks video, and I just wanted to cover it all in one video. I didn't want to do like a separate video for every class because I'm a small channel and honestly nobody cares. So I'm just gonna make one video every gun, so like just every gun in the game honestly, and every camo for every subsection. I'll have in the comments like timestamps where you can go for what guns, and yeah, and I'm just going to be going over everything really that you need to know to get Damascus. Now, the first thing I want to talk about that a lot of people don't realize actually is that you don't have to get the Ram, Graw, Striker, VLK Rogue, Holger, SKS, or Crossbow gold, as well as the Renetti as well. Reason being is that all of these guns were added after launch and are DLC weapons, so none of them have to be done. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you guys, because I know a lot of people will actually do them and then realize after that, like, oh, I should have done those. And other people will do the Marksman rifles, not get them gold, then do the crossbow and SKS. But for Marksman, to get them platinum, not gold, you have to have the snipers and Marksman done. So there's that too. Now let's talk about ARs. So for spray paint, the first camo, it's kills. That'll come while you get it. Almost never will you not have that done by the time you have all the other camos done. And that's for every thing except for launchers. You don't need to worry about kills because it will come progressively. Headshots, usually that's the same. If not, a lot of times you're trying in core. Go to hardcore. Because recoil can just make it so hard to actually hit their heads. So just try to go to hardcore and just hit that first shot, and not staying in core and trying to like stay on their head with 3 different shots. Something that really helped me. Crouching, I could never really find out if sliding counted as a crouch kill. But for ARs and SMGs, a lot of the time what I do is in hardcore or core, but hardcore is easier because, you know, just less shots. I would slide and hip fire. And that's how I would get them, because it's harder for them to shoot you while you're close to them and sliding. So I would get a lot of free kills like that, but I never really knew if that would count. So you can try that. If you don't feel like you're getting progression, just crouch and kill people. I mean, it's not that hard. It'll come. Hip fire. And the biggest thing I'd say for this is go to hardcore. Hip fire shots don't come as easily in core because you have to hit more shots, and hip fire is all luck, so you have to just be luckier to get those. So now Longshot kills were the biggest problem for me over all of my ARs. I would have to finish everything up and then come back to long shots after, and it was the most annoying thing. I hated it. The biggest thing I could say for this one is domination, or it doesn't have to be domination, but Piccadilly is really good. I don't know why. I'll show you guys spots in every map right now, actually, but Piccadilly is one of the best maps for me. Best long shot spots for Arklov Peak would be right here. You can see people that come like right here. You can also get in like this window, but anybody that comes right there is a really nice long shot. Next one that I like to use was just window to window. I think sometimes you get to back up against the wall. You could always shoot down here. That's a long shot right there if they're there. That's a really good one. And right here as well, you can see into their spawn. That's going to be a long shot that's going to help you. Right here as well, you know, same thing, different. The other window. And the main places, you know, to watch for other than this is right here. It's really hard to see them, but there's a thing that people mount on a lot right there. And you can shoot it. If you have thermal, that'll be easy to hit. Again, like right here, sometimes people are barely ever here though, so I would just stick to like the front. And if you're in this house, your spawn's probably gonna be behind you. So now the main one on Ozir is this one right here, where you can see back into their spawn, and right here. And I think both of these are long shots. One thing you're gonna need to know for all of the long shot camos here is that if you can get mounted done at the same time, then do. Because of the ARs, it'll help your kick. It'll make just, you know, hitting those shots without, you know, with less recoil way easier. It just makes long shots a lot better, and you get your mounted challenges at the same time. So if you can mount while you go for long shots, to do it. There's really no need except for like reduce accuracy if you have mounted kills done, but it's still worth it. And you know, as the same thing goes, it's always reversible. You can sit right here and you can shoot right here. You know, if it's domination, this is really good because that's B flag right there, and you know that's another reason why that one is a little bit better. So you know, try this one on dom. Now, honestly, if you're going for long shots, I would skip crash if you ever see it pop up. But if you find yourself on crash going for long shots, right here, just shooting down here, you know, this is a really good long shot spot. You're gonna die quickly though. That's the problem with it. You know, dying and getting back up. It's annoying. Not all of these, you know, it's not always gonna be a long shot, but most of the kills you get up here will be long shots. So if you find yourself in crash, you know, just maybe go up here if you're going for those long shot kills. So Grozny's a good one because it's such a big map. There's a lot of long shot potential here. We have just in this building alone, you know, like over here, any of these windows, you know, you get down here, shoot over here. We have this window to right here. If you stand back, I'm sure that's going to be a long shot. I think you can see Park really from right here too, but I don't think you're able to get that kill off, so I wouldn't worry about that. With these windows, they do the same thing as well. There's right here, this is a good one. You can also see the same shot from like right here. I use this one a lot because when I play Dom, when I'm going for camo, so I was always on B, you know, able to watch this at the same time. A lot of those would work. Again, right here, just across, you could even go up here as well, you know, shoot them. Anybody that's like over here, if this is their spawn, this would probably be a good one. So yeah. You've also got right here, this sees on to be, I'm sure if you're lucky enough, one of these could be a long shot. I don't think that right here is. It might be, I could be wrong. But if you back up, you can get some long shots from this window pretty easily. I think a lot of people don't play Gunrunner from they're going for long shots, but it's actually pretty good because there's 3 really good ones I can think of. This right here, that's a long shot from this building to that those stairs. And this, nobody knows about this. I think one of the few people that have like realized you can do this. You can see right here from on top of these AC vents right here, and this is a good spot if people are going through boiler room and to showers a lot in your match. This is going to be a good one for you to get a lot of kills. And you know, obviously, people are camping that rooftop right there. You can get a lot of long shots just doing this. You know, if you got people using snipers and just camping up there the whole game, this can be like a good game for long shots. And you know, of course, right here too. Now again, I feel like nobody knows this, but you can see the rooftop here from this box. The same spot that you can peek over to from there. You can do the opposite from here, and this is a long shot as well. So again, if you people camping up there, this is a perfect spot to just shoot them down. So now the first one on Hackney Yard is right here to right here, or right here. A lot of people play these areas, so you can get a lot of long shots like this, as well as, you know, just like right here. I feel like right here is worse because you can be seen from other angles and more people are looking at you, but these are both good long shot spots. We also have right here and really anything on this wall. Again, it's kind of the same thing. Personally, I never use this one, but if you got people playing this window hard, or this door and this window, or I didn't ever think about it, but you can see back there too. Those are all long shot spots as well. And you can also do the same thing. You know, most of these are reversible from year to year, seeing both of these spots. And if anybody's playing this wall, always here. And finally, you have this spot right here. Now, I don't know, do you need the shield to? Yeah, you do. So this is something people discovered. I don't see anybody using this, but you can get right here and see all over their spawn and stuff. But really, all this does is make you a big target, and everybody can see you, so I wouldn't use this one too hard. But you can try it. It's definitely a fun one that can fuck with the enemy's minds. Now on Hovek, we have right here, but I barely see anybody come over on the side of the map, so I wouldn't use this one. But this house is a good spot sometimes if people do go on the right side. For some reason, this one works pretty well. If you can sit right here, you can just watch right here. The reason this works well for me is because I play Dom, which is why I said nobody comes over here. That's wrong if you don't play Dom. But yeah, B flag is right there, so everybody's can cross here to get to B, and I can get some free picks, and this works out a lot, and mounted, so I can do that as well. And right here is a good long shot spot as well. But Hovek, like some of the other maps, I would just skip. But if you find yourself playing it, here are some long shot spots. Now, I know a lot of you don't like Piccadilly, but Piccadilly is actually one of my favorite maps. And one reason is it helps you get long shots so well. So what you can do is you can stand on this railing, and the first one I'm going to show you is right here. You can see the guy in Sniper Tower very easily. You know, anybody right here is barely going to shoot at you, but you can also, you know, shoot at them. If you can kill somebody in this time, that's good, but probably not in core. Hardcore would be good for that, and I really recommend going for hardcore for long shots, guys. It'll make everything so much easier. Here's another spot. You can see, again, snipers, but you're, you know, again, I wouldn't go here. You can be shot at from so many places. Right here is better because you're protected from that left side, I think. But, you know, it's hard to kill people, especially if you're in core. But there you go. Another one just right here. You can shoot snipers over here, anything. See, a lot of people use this one. I didn't use this one that much. Just getting right here and shooting this. This is a really good one, especially in hardcore. Any spot's better in hardcore, honestly. I would go to hardcore for long shots. This one's amazing if you're spawning on this side. Again, if you're in hardcore, you can kill people. If you have good reaction time, you can kill people coming out of this building as soon as they come out and get a lot of long shots like that. If you have slow reaction time, actually picking people off coming out of here will be hard. But, you know, it is what it is. Again, this is another good one to mount onto. So, yeah. And then finally, I used this one a lot. It's, you get right here, or it doesn't have to be exactly right here. It could be like right here too, but you can get log shots off of anybody coming out of their spawn up in the map. You can shoot them as they come up. Again, this really only works in hardcore because you can't get enough shots by the time, you know, you see them move from there to there. So yeah, but this is a really nice one. I think I got most of mine on Piccadilly like this. I wouldn't really go to Ramazan because the only good one I found was right here, shooting over this building. The reason this one works is because there's a lot of people always on this rooftop, and you know, you can get a lot of shots on them, but you can't reverse it like a lot of the other ones because nobody plays this angle exactly. You have to really like get right here. If they are going to play it, they're going to be right here mounted, and this doesn't even count as a long shot. So you need to be the one back here shooting people on this building, and that'll be some long shots, but honestly, I'd skip Ramazan. It's not that good of a map for long shots. And Shoot House, the only good one, is up on top of the wall, but it's also a good mounted spot. So yeah, if you're going for mounted kills, by the way, right here is always good too, and right there on the other wall. You can do the same thing on both sides, obviously. What I found about, say, Petrograd, it's a better map for long shots than most people realize. You can get long shots right here, and a lot of people cross this to go over there. So this is a good long shot spot. You can even move up and watch both of these angles. One thing I did a lot was sit like right here, or right a little bit farther back. However, wherever, you know, it works and it is a long shot. And I would kill people coming out of their spawn. I see a lot of people going up on top of this building right here. You would go to the back and just jump on top, and you can shoot, you know, a lot of different spots that would be long shots. And of course, you have right here to the back spot. Now, I'm not showing you guys. I'm showing you guys everything I can try to figure out in these maps. I might be missing some, and that's my bad if I am. But yeah. And finally, oh boy, we have Talsik Backlot. Now, this map has so many, and I think we all know. We have right here to B flag, and across here as well. You can see into this spawn. You can see like everything from atop all of these buildings. Of course, you can go over to this building over here. And being at this building over here, you can shoot like down here over to the other building too, and again, kind of into their spawn, into this spawn. I don't know if this is a long shot or not, but I know that, you know, across here definitely is. You can get right into this building and see back here. Again, you know, might want to back up a little bit when you're going for these kills, if you're going for like right here and stuff. But yeah, those are long shots. And we got up here, and there's some, you know, spots we can shoot over here that would obviously be long shots as well. Now, as we finish here, this is the last map, and I want to go over any extra tips I can have. Like I've said a few times, Dom is good because there's controlled points that you can shoot at and get long shots. But also make sure you're putting on a bigger sight. Obviously, it doesn't have to be so big, like a sniper scope, but being able to like see people that are farther, and like actually be able to see them, you know, especially if you're playing on a low resolution screen, you want to have a bigger sight, and thermal if you have problems seeing people through your scope. So for long shots, like any map that I didn't just say, I would just back out of the lobby and not play, because you can't even get long shots on those. Even some of the maps I did say, it can be really hard. So yeah, another thing I see people doing is going to ground war for that. I prefer not to, because people are more spread up, and ultimately you're getting less kills. And less kills means less of them are going to be long shots. Or more of them are going to be long shots, but you're still getting less. You know what I mean? Finally we're moving on to mounted. Mounted camos, or like I said, do it with long shots. If you can't get it finished with long shots, then just go and mount. A lot of people will try to camp mounted and think you have to play mounted camping, but that's not really true, because what you can do is you can mount and then turn the corner while mounted and peek like that, and that's how I got a lot of my mounted kills done fast. Using your gun while all attachment, you should just be doing while leveling up your gun. And then, well, kills with no attachment, I'm going to skip reloading. Just do after you finish kills with all attachments. It'll get done pretty quick. Back to kills after reloading. Kills after reloading did actually take a while sometimes. What I would say is, when you spawn in, shoot. And then before you enter an area where you think somebody might be, you don't have to know they're there, just an area where someone might be. Like, for example, you're going to look at B flag, especially if you see enemies on it. Reload your gun, peek, and there might be somebody there, and you might get a kill. And you only have to do this 50 times for every hour. Usually it goes by pretty fast, including the ones that just happen passively, so this usually doesn't take too long. But just like I said, do that thing. Make sure you shoot when you spawn in and not before you go out, because then you're just saying, hey, I'm here, and then you're peeking. So yeah. And then finally, skulls. 3 enemies without dying. This should be easy for most people, but if you're having a problem with it, I don't know, just try... I don't know, just you gotta play better. I don't know what else to say. This should go by pretty fast. You kind of have to be really bad at the game to not be able to do this one. I'm not saying that it's hard to finish, but just, 3 kills without dying, it'll go by. Now for SMGs, same thing as ARs for me. Play Dom or objective-based game modes where people are gonna be. And the camos are a lot alike. First of all, get kills, that'll happen. You don't have to worry about that one at all. Headshots, like I said, again, core, because recoil. Hardcore, I mean. Crouching, it's the same thing. Just crouch before you shoot. Hit your crouch button before you shoot, and you're gonna get crouching kills. That one's not hard. Dragon is hipfire. Hipfire it'll come. It's the same thing for ARs. I don't have much new to add to it. Splinter, long shots, any long shot spot I just showed you will work, except you have more options now because the range is less than with ARs. The range is less than with ARs, so you can you're actually gonna get more long shots, and this should go by faster, especially considered there's less of them. Mounted, 50 kills on mounted, comes pretty fast. It's half of ARs, and you can get them done while you do long shots. That comes fast. If not, just mount and play. Gun using all attachment. Just when you get your gun leveled up to the point where you can have 5 attachments, start using them. If you have this camo unlocked, as soon as you unlock this camo, just start using 5 attachments. You're gonna be able to. And as soon as you're done, go to Reptile, take all of your attachments off of it, and then as soon as that's done, use whatever you want to use. Short left reloading, it's the same things with ARs, and this is easier because there's less, it's faster, and it's just way easier. SMGs are way faster than ARs. Once you finish ARs, these will go, and I think faster than half the time. ARs took me so long, SMGs were so easy for me. And 3 kills without dying is the same thing as well. Shotguns actually were a little hard for me. Again, kills, easy. You got your crouching kills, it's the same thing, except it's a shotgun. So sometimes it can be a little bit harder with the shotgun, I think, to get the crouching kills. I thought it was harder with these because, you have to be closer and you have less time to react. But it's just the same thing. You have to crouch before you shoot, and you remember that. You do it 75 times, which seems like a lot, but it goes by fast, and you'll be done. Hipfire kills. It's a shotgun. Half the times you don't even want to be ADS'd. This is the easiest one ever. You really cannot fail. That should be the first one you have done. Point blank kills were the hardest one for me. What I ended up figuring out for this was dead silence, running up behind people was one of the best ways to go, because you really don't have another option. I got most of mine dead silencing and running up people. You'll get a few while just playing, but it'll go by way faster if you actually do it. And if this is the last one you have, you kind of have to force it. Another thing that worked was sitting at doorways, waiting for people to enter, and then if they didn't see you, doubling you up and getting behind them and shooting. So yeah, that's how I did that one. Took me a long time to do all those headshots. They're headshots. You just look at their head and shoot. With the shotgun, it's easier than ARs, because some shots you'll be aiming at their body and still get the headshot because that's where the pellets go. It's kind of RNG based, but just aim at the head, you'll get those done. Using all attachment, it's the same thing as every other using all attachment. Double kills come easily, so you don't have to worry about those. Kills shortly after reloading. Again, shoot one when you spawn in. When you peek an angle, reload, shoot. The time it gives you after you reload is way more than it used to. I did it when it was hard, and now it's even easier, so here you go. I didn't do it when it was hard for shotguns. With ARs, I did. Kills and using no attachment, it's the same thing. 3 kills without dying. You just have to do it. I can't tell you. I did all of my shotguns in hardcore. I think some of them can be better in core, like the 7.25, but it's not even that bad in hardcore. These, I would say, it's your choice. Core or hardcore. I would tell you, me personally, would tell you it's easier in hardcore, but I know that this is a opinion thing for shotguns. And for any of the classes, it's an opinion thing. Me, I think it's hardcore. But here you go. I think long shots, though, should definitely be done in core. Okay. Moving on to LMGs. These are actually a lot like ARs. Again, kills, they'll come. I'm going to have to say that so many times this video, but that's how it goes. Headshots, they'll come. That's how it goes. Hardcore, again. I'm repeating myself because these are a lot alike. Crouching, not even going to go over it anymore. Hipfire with LMGs is a little bit harder because you have horrible handling, but you can still get it done pretty easily. Especially go to hardcore for these if you're struggling with hipfires, but they'll come. Long shots actually pretty easy with LMGs. I think they have a short long shot distance, shorter than they should be, but long shot spots I already showed you. They'll still work. Mounted kills, it's the same thing. Mount peak corners by mounting. Again, a lot of people don't get that. Peak corners while mounting makes it go so much faster. Attachment, double kills, those come. No attachment, 3 kill streaks. Again, it's the same thing. Always, dude, I swear. Now, marksman rifles. Which one of these shouldn't be done in core is always different. EBR. I would say the EBR should be done in hardcore, but if you have extremely good aim, it one-shots to the head in core, so go ahead and use it in whichever one you prefer. Kill enemies, that comes headshots. This one is smarter to go into core and do because you have a disadvantage aiming for headshots with the EBR in hardcore, because in core, hitting a headshot one-shots. So go ahead and go to core for headshots if you have them left over by the time you're done. Crouching, that's the same thing. Single shot, it's the same thing. I think we're coming. This is done in hardcore, but it doesn't even matter that it's telling you to do single shot because you need to get 50 of them. It needs 60 headshots. So that's going to be done 100% no matter what. So I think that's a funny little thing they added, unless you're playing in Battle Royale, I guess. But using all attachments, same thing still. Long shots, I think it's a little bit extended than ARs, or maybe it is ARs, but just still use those same spots. It'll still work. While mounted, it's always the same thing. Double kills, no attachment, and 3 kill streaks are always the same thing. Now, for the MK2, you can do this in hardcore or core. It's really up to you. I like it in both. So, whatever you like. And I would do the Car 98 in core. Now, it's really important. Remember, you don't have to do the crossbow, because this thing would suck if you did have to get the same gold for Damascus. Finally, we're getting into these snipers. We have, I think, are they the same as the... I think they are the same as the Marks. Yeah, they are. So you don't even need to worry about these. If you can do the Marksman rifles, you can do these. Extra tips. For both these, I'd still say, stay in Dom. You can go to Ground War. I see a lot of people do them in Ground War, but I just prefer quick scope. I'm a quick scoper. I can do it in Dom. It's whatever for me. Dragunov, a lot of people are gonna have problems with it, but you're gonna just camp for a few games and you can get over it. It's not that hard of a gun to use. It'll come. Same as always. Melee. Now, the Riot Sheild is one that I'm going to have to talk about a lot, because I know a lot of people have problems with these challenges. So, first of all, kill enemies. I'm not going to talk about that. It'll come. Kills while injured. I've seen a lot of people will show you the thermite thing, where you go into hardcore, you throw a thermite on the ground, and you get yourself down to black screen health. I think you understand what I'm saying. I'm not going to show you. Other YouTubers have. But I didn't even need to do that. Because by the time this was done, I had these done. Again, I didn't worry about that. But some of you might, because I think other people are having that problem. And again, but you do have to be doing this one in hardcore. Don't do the knife in hardcore. I'd say do that in core, but this should be done in hardcore. It's so hard in core and not worth it. So yeah, kills from behind. Actually, it comes, but if you for some reason just haven't finished it by the end, get yourself some dead silence and run up behind people. That's the best way to get kills that require people to be standing still and you to hit them some sort of way. Kills while using dead silence. I think this one's bugged, because I don't think it even needs to be activated. I think you just need to have it set as your thing and it works, because I get so many kills using dead silence. Or there's a period, I think it is that there's a period after where it still works even if it's not done. So just pop it every now and again and you'll be fine. Kills while crouching. Run up to people and hit them. But before you hit them, crouch. I mean, it's that easy. Dead silence can be definitely helpful with this too. If you can't finish it, run up on them and then crouch behind them. It's good to kill campers while crouching, just so you get this done. Enemies. Kill 2 enemies without dying. This comes, but if you can't do it, which I know a lot of people can, I think this used to be double kills, and they changed it to this, and there's really no reason for this, because they have 3 enemies without dying anyway. I don't know why they did this, but it's easy. 3 enemies without dying isn't easy, but it's pretty easy. It's like the difference between getting a 10 kill streak and a nuclear, not gonna lie. Buzz kills, don't even worry about that. That's RNG and it'll come. But it is straight RNG. If you have that done, you can't finish it, then there's nothing you can do about it. Finishing moves. I never did a single finishing move with this thing. And I got all of these done. I assume when you hit people in the back with it for some reason thinks it's a finishing move. But just do whatever you want. I mean, if you have this done, dead silence behind people again, and finishing move them. But I don't even know why they have this on here, because isn't this kind of the same thing as hit people in the back? I don't know. That's just me. And 3 kills without dying. This is the hardest one. This one will drive you insane. The key thing I have to say to do this is go to the small areas of the map. For example, Gunrunner, you have the showers and you have boiler room. And this is not an idea. I got this from a different YouTuber. I'll go find his video and put it in the description, because that helped me so much. He names every spot and the maps you want to be using, like I did with Longshots, and it helped me so much. So I'll go ahead and put that down there. But you want to stay in the small parts of the map and camp there. I know a lot of people can't get Damascus because they are a run and gun only type of guy. But you need to know how to play different game styles to be able to get Damascus done. I've heard other YouTubers say that, and it's true. So, yeah. You're going to have to camp and just wait for people to come to you. Stay in small areas, and it'll get done eventually. Now, some other stuff I have to say about the shield is that when you're getting kills with it, you don't want to... When you're close to people, you want to be standing and not crouching, because when they look down, they can't see your feet because your shield is in the way. Even when you're standing, if you're close enough to them, like 5 feet and under, stand. I see a lot of people crouch always, and there's no sense to it because you're slower than people when you're crouching, but when you stand up, you can, and they're looking at you, you can actually gain on them. So stand up when you're close to people, and you'll get way more kills, and that's the best thing I have to say about the shield. Now let's move on to the secondaries. I can't do it in this class, can I? So secondaries, we have get kills on enemies with pistols. Pistols will go by so fast if you get a hardcore. I see people try to do the pistol camos in core because they are so hell-bent on doing things in core. They are like, no, I do not play hardcore. Come on. Go to hardcore for a few of these challenges, and you'll get them done way faster. Don't think that everything's easier in core. That's not true. Kill enemies with headshots. Now, this is probably going to be a problem for some people, but it's only 50. Again, hardcore is going to help you, but there is a big damage multiplier in core, and if you have good aim for headshots, that is, if you have good aim, pistols are rewarding in core for headshots, especially like Deagle. So yeah, go ahead and try that. Kills while crouching is the same with every other gun. Hipfire kills is the same as every other gun. If you're having trouble with that, make your gun akimbo, even with the Deagles, that'll help. I don't know what it is, but, well, I know what it is, but yeah, it helps. So yeah, do that. Longshot kills. The longshot range on the pistols is so low, you can get this in shipment. So do not have problems with the longshot kills with the pistols. Double kills, those are easy. It's a pistol that'll come. Kills using attachments, again, easy to get. Shortly after reloading, things I've already told you. Kills using no attachments, I've told you about that. And 3 kills, it's the same thing. Launchers. Now, these things are horrible. I understand. A lot of people leave the launchers until the end of Damascus to do. They wait until the very end, and then they get these things gold. Look, you have to level them up while you're playing. While you're doing ARs, while you're doing SMGs, shotguns, LMGs, everything that's not a secondary, have a one of these as your secondaries, and you should have at least half of them leveled up all the way by the time you're done with your primaries. For me, I had the Pilla and the Strela both leveled up all the way, and they took 30 minutes each just to finish off, not including Attacker Defender, but just to finish off all the kill streaks. It took like 30 minutes each. Attacker Defender, even for the Joker, I found pretty easy for all of the launchers. So it took like 30 minutes for that, for each of these. And I had both these done in an hour. Joker and RPG. I did not level them up, and they each took me 8 hours by themselves. Yeah, and that's with Attacker and Defender done. What I did is I finished Attacker Defender first and got kills to level them both up, and then I shot down score streaks. Score streaks take so long if you don't level up your rocket launcher using score streaks, which you used to be able to not do. You can now. It'll get almost all of them done by the time it's level 31. But if you don't and you save these for last, then what you're doing is sitting in games of Dom or games of TDM, or you're in whatever the big game mode's called. You know what I'm talking about, Ground War, and just shooting at kill streaks all day. It takes so long. It took me 8 hours. Just level these up. If you don't level them up using kill streaks, then all I can tell you is stay in Dom matches. And Dom, because people call in kill streaks a lot, and every time you see a kill streak, look up. And I think not a lot of people do this, but if you can get constant 3 kill streaks and 5 kill streaks, run hardline, and every time you get a 3 kill streak or a 5 kill streak, have care packages, and where they at? Have care packages and load out emergency airdrops equipped, and every time you get one of those kill streaks, throw it into the enemy spawn or near it. They'll pick it up. It'll be a personal UAV, shield turret. Usually it'll be personal UAV, shield turret. They can get I think white phosphorus sometimes. It's just the most annoying thing they can get. But even if they get a VTOL, you can just shoot it down. So that's how I would do these, and that's how I got mine done in 8 hours. Even from going from level 0 to level 31, I got them done each 8 hours by throwing a day each. By throwing emergency airdrops and care packages all day, but it takes so long, guys, if you don't level them up. So yeah, I don't even think I've talked about their camos yet, so let's go over their camos. So first of all, kill enemies. Now, with the Joker, this is going to be the hardest one. I've seen other people talk about this, and since I'm going over everything, I'm not going to be as in-depth with just the Joker. But go ahead and, like, put it on the ground where you think people are going to be in 30 seconds and let it do its thing. This will get done so fast in shipment. And if you can't, for me, there was no cabin fever or shipment 24/7 to do this on, so I went to Dom and I just put it on B, and I got my kills like that. Same for attacker and defenders. A defender is when you were keeping people from getting a sight that you have. An attacker, I think, is when you're trying to get someone else's sight, and that might be wrong, but that's what I got from it. So usually those will just come and you can't really force it, but if you want it to force it, shoot the Joker missile and then go stand on a site, or be standing on the site when you shoot a missile if it's any other thing. And just for score streaks and kill streaks, I already told you, you just gotta do it by leveling the gun up and by throwing those care packages, and that's the only way. For RPG, the only thing you can shoot down out of the sky is helos, VTOLs, and personal radars. And that's why with the RPG you need care packages, because you need people to use the personal radars, because there's no other way to get support kill streaks. Personal radars are the only support kill streak other than counter UAVs and personal radars that you can shoot down with the RPG, and you can get both of those out of care packages. So shoot those down, and always just be ready. What I would even do if you're really trying to grind rocket launchers, is shoot down UAVs and everything, UAVs with Jokers and stuff, because there can be so many, and then only shoot down personal radars and VTOLs and helos and counter UAVs with the RPG, and that's how I'd get that done. And the final thing we have is the knife. The knife was easy for me, and I think other people say the same thing. Just go to core. I would not do the knife in hardcore. Kills will come. Kills while injured, they'll come, but again, thermite thing, if you can't do that. Kills from behind, they'll come. If not, dead silence. Kills are using dead silence. Use dead silence. I don't know what to say against that. Kills against crouching. Just, I've already told you guys all the tips I know for these. It's the same with this. Double kills. Dom is good for that because people will be in the same area more of the time. Any objective game mode. I play Dom, so that's what I say, but any objective game mode that forces people to a spot. Hardpoint, headquarters, anything. I just wouldn't play non-respawn things. Buzz kills, ending kill streaks. That comes. Execute finishing moves. Didn't do a single finishing move with this, but I got it. So I'm saying it. I think it's just hit people in the back, and you'll get it. So, and then the kills without dying is pretty easy with the knife because it's not the Riot Shield, and that is everything in the game. Those are all the tips I know. That's everything I can tell you guys. So if you like this video, I know that you might be late to the Damascus grind, and you're probably doing it because quarantine. So happy quarantine. Have fun sitting in your house all day or doing whatever you're doing, and have fun practicing social distancing. I'll see you guys in another video.